So people are having trouble getting jobs, and they're really demoralized. They're not getting any responses from hundreds of applications. Do you have any suggestions?
The job market is pretty tough these days. People are applying for hundreds of jobs and they're not getting any feedback. Candidates are ghosted. It's demoralizing them. It is also demotivating them. And people can get into depression in this kind of situation. When you apply for hundreds of jobs, nobody called you back, and you're going to start questioning yourself. Am I incompetent? What's wrong with me? Once upon a time, when I was in the market, I got a job in 2 weeks. Now I've just applied for 100 jobs. Nobody even calling me back. What is wrong with me? So if you think that you are the problem, it's not going to help you to get a job. You're not the problem. And there's something called ghost jobs, and it's all over the news. Some people might still not understand what's the ghost job. I want to talk about the market pre-pandemic and the post-pandemic. I would say in the pre-pandemic time, I've never heard something called ghost jobs. You apply for approximately 100 to 200 jobs, and you get like 10 interviews. And out of 10 interviews, you make like 5 face-to-face. And after 5 face-to-face, you might get 1 or 2 offers. So it's basically numbers game. The more you apply, the more chance you have, and you increase your ability to land a job by applying for hundreds of jobs. So even in that time, I believe that when companies, recruiters, or hiring managers, let's say they open up a job description for software developer, and for one position, they're getting, I don't know, maybe 1,000 applications at a time or a few hundred, but generally they do shortlisting. Shortlisting means that first software or tracking system or AI, they will filter based on years of experience, competency, location, whatever the matrix they put it in there. So let's say they end up from 1,000 applications, they end up with a few hundred. And then based on that, they have to do further shortlisting. But normally, after the shortlisting, only 8% of people will get a chance to get an interview. The rest, I mean, it's just not realistic expecting from the companies to get back to every single applicants. Imagine if you're a recruiter, get 1,000 applications, what are you going to do? For the rest of the 999 people you don't hire, you're going to type one by one, hey, sorry, we received your application, we couldn't hire you. So it's not realistic. Sometimes it will just ignore those people they don't hire. But back then, even if the chance of getting an interview is for 8% people, that means that you have to put at least 100 applications to get an interview. That was pre-pandemic. After pandemic, since 2022, once Elon Musk started laying off people, Meta followed, Microsoft follows, we talk about the big layoff. During the pandemic, if you guys remember, it was big resignation. In the big resignation, everybody had multiple jobs. Everybody had an opportunity. All the companies were hiring tech workers. And there's something came up with big resignation. People were not even happy with their job. They were asking for more money. They were asking for work from home. So in the big resignation time, actually, candidates, they had so much leverage against companies. Literally, companies had hard time to keep their employees. They were just resigning and looking for different jobs. And then since 2022, once Elon Musk started laying off, all the companies started following laying off because of high interest rate and the expectation of US might get into recession. So companies start cutting costs. Now all these people were from the big resignation. Now they have no leverage because everybody's laying off, not hiring. There are very few positions. Now all these people, hundreds of thousands of people in the market looking for a job. So that made competition even more difficult. Now before the pandemic, maybe one job, you get a few hundred applications. After big tech layoffs, I would say one job posting might get thousands of applicants. Now you have to even compete more because of that. And then as if that's not enough, something called ghost job came along. What does that mean? Ghost job means that companies are putting hundreds of job positions they are not intent to hire. And nobody can 100% say either it's 50% or 60%, but it looks like 60% of the job positions they end up don't hire. It means that 60% of the job could be ghost jobs. There are thousands of jobs available when you see Indeed, Dice, all this pages, but they're not hiring. Why this is happening? So the thing is this, imagine you want to go for a dinner in a town center. There's 2 restaurants next to each other. One, people are staying in the line. They want to get into the restaurant. On the restaurant interest, like we're hiring because we're so busy. Everybody wants to eat in our restaurant. You have to wait to get into our restaurant. And the other restaurant is empty. Most likely you want to eat in the restaurant that is busy because it's proof of concept. If their business is good, means that they're growing. They have good food. I think it's just like psychological things, especially in Wall Street when you're hiring lots of people. That gives a fake perception of your company is growing so fast, hiring lots of people. That could be a good indicator in the financial market. Oh, this company is growing. Everybody's laying off, but this company is growing. They're making so much money. That is one thing. So they want to give that fake expectation to the market, just market manipulation game. The second thing is sometimes they want to kind of mislead their competitors as well. So that could be 2 of the reason. Another reason is resume harvesting. So economy is up and down. Every single time when there's a big tech layoff or layoffs in general, when the economy bounce back, now companies, they have to quickly scale up their operation because the funds are going to be available. They're going to have more budget, and whoever can come up with the product and services faster than others, they're going to have competitive advantage. That means that to get ready for that time, you need to have really a handful of resumes ready in your hand, whether it's going to be DevOps position, AI position, software development position, customer service positions. So companies are harvesting resume, make it ready, sorting it for all the future projection of their growth. They're making their resumes ready. So as soon as markets start picking up, they're going to start hire. So they want to have competitive advantage towards against other companies to hire faster. That's one of the reasons they're posting those ghost jobs they're not intended to hire. And the third reason could be during the pandemic, after this big tech layoffs, people are laid off from their job. Now, how they cut costs, they're looking at their operation. Okay, who can I cut? Who can I cut? Okay, this guy's 3 people doing the same job. Let's cut this too and give this responsibility to the guy who's left in the company. The guy is happy he has a job because he didn't get laid off, but his responsibility is increased. So now at some point, this guy's going to burn out. He's like, hey, boss, listen, I'm not able to handle. I'm working overtimes, but there's lots of responsibility. Can you hire someone or can we get extra help? So that one of the reasons companies are putting those positions they're not intended to hire could be they're telling their current employees who is overworked and overloaded, help is coming, which they think might be in 3, 4 months, 5 months, the interest rate will come down, economy will pick up. So they're just like, hey, we're hiring, look, help is on the way. We're interviewing people. But meanwhile, these guys will be, okay, help is coming. Let me suck it up. Let me just keep working for next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. So companies are also winning time by doing that. So these are the reasons that there's could be 60% of the job. I don't know. Nobody knows the exact number, but could be 60% of the jobs are ghost jobs. Now, if you're in the market, first of all, there are lots of competition. So they're not going to get back to you because thousands of people are applying for the same job. Second thing is when you apply 1,000 job right now, you should consider pre-pandemic, that is maybe 200-300 jobs that you apply. So don't let this misperception of I applied 100 jobs, nobody called me back. Maybe I'm sucked. Maybe my competency is not there. Maybe market is not looking for people like me. So it could hurt your ego, your confidence. It could demoralize you. So it's not going to help you to fix your situation. But from the beginning, when you go to market, if you have right expectation to understand, okay, if I apply for 1,000 jobs today, it's equal to 200 jobs pre-pandemic, which is normal. That means I could get some interviews out of that. Maybe I can get opportunity. Setting up right expectation before getting into market will not disappoint you. You will not be demoralized. Probably you will perform better in the interviews. It could increase your chance to get a job in this difficult time. So that's my advice for people if you didn't know what is ghost jobs.